Welcome back to r/writing prompts with the Rosy Pair. I just realized that we are going back to writing prompts today. Oh my god, I'm so excited because we are going back to what to expect when you're expecting the Antichrist. How to raise your hellspawn without losing your mind. And as soon as I realized we were going back to this page, I realized something. We skipped a portion of the book. When we first started this story, we were actually in chapter 7. And we didn't even get to the introduction. We didn't see any beginning. We just skipped the entirety of this book and just went straight into chapter 7. Oh my god, I am the smartest person on the planet right now. So, we're just going to get to the start, the absolute introduction of this story, and we're going to figure out what actually brought people to get to chapter 7. Because while chapter 7 is a very important chapter, it's very important to know what to feed your hellspawn. It's more important to know why someone got to that point in the story. What made someone pick up this book, read the introduction, and think, this might actually help me? It's not like What to Expect When You're Expecting. You know, the one that was written by the one mother who was expecting a baby and didn't know what to do? It's just like, wait, there was a movie about that, wasn't there? Yeah, it was a movie too. But let's stop rambling. We'll start on the story. But before I get started, don't forget to hit the like button if you absolutely like the video. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for anyone who might possibly be expecting a hellspawn. If you have any ideas on what to add to this story, I'm going to link the page to the writing prompt in the description. And go ahead and subscribe so that we can read every single chapter of this What to Expect When You're Expecting a Hellspawn, How to Raise the Spawn of Satan Without Losing Your Mind. And let's get on to Duck Lord of the Sith, the beginning writer. Introduction. Appreciating a demon for the miracle it still is. You're probably beginning this book with an immense feeling of dread, hopelessness, and existential terror. Before we cover literally any other subject, it is important to make one thing perfectly clear. This is normal, and it is absolutely okay. The daunting responsibility of being made caretaker for any human life is a monumental and terrifying thing that millions of people struggle with every year and consult numerous books, articles, listicles, podcasts, self-help TED Talks, TV show monologues from wise yet sassy maternal characters, and film adaptations made by committees of studio executives who just signed lucrative product sponsorship deals with the primary publishing company of the various books, articles, and listicles previously referenced. Motherhood is something that has been an undying struggle for women throughout history. And as society has changed and shaped itself, the difficulties of managing the emotional and physical trials of carrying a life to term have only slightly been made more manageable. It is a billion-member club of people who understand just how hard the task ahead of anyone expecting a child is going to be, and who are able to find some comfort in knowing that they are not alone in the path they're about to walk. Hard truth number 2, you are not a part of that club. In a way, you are a part of the VVIP, Extra Exclusive Club, set within a slightly larger VIP club, which itself is hidden behind a door disguised as an old jukebox and guarded by a bouncer who happens to be literal Satan. This club, as of the printing of this edition of this book, will be welcoming you as its 22nd member, a number that we know is simultaneously too large and too small to be comforting on first glance. But before throwing this book away and having what we can only imagine is not your first anxiety attack since they're receiving the news, consider this. On 21 separate occasions, a literal child of Satan was born unto our world with expressed intent to bring about the destruction of life as we know it. And on 21 separate occasions, that effort was thwarted and the world kept on spinning. By what, you may ask? The same thing every single time. It's mother. So no, you unfortunately do not have the luxury of leaning on the collective experience of billions of women throughout history to help guide you through the task of mothering the spawn of Satan into a productive member of society. Because you are not a member of the club. You are also not a member of the VIP club of devout Satan-worshipping disciples who genuinely are quite jealous of the predicament you find yourself in. You are a card-carrying VVIP club member of the most exclusive, and let's face it, insane kind of club this world has to offer. And this is where this book comes in. Contained within the pages of this book are combinations of journal entries, first and second-hand accounts, interviews, writings, and transcripts of hundreds of hours of security, home video, and news recordings that have been tirelessly researched and organized, cataloged, and boiled down to the most necessary and fundamental guidance possible in turning your prophesized bringer of darkness into a healthy, functioning member of society. Knowledge and experience of every single one of the 21 previous mothers of satanic children that have been poured into each and every chapter with the express purpose of making sure that you, along with everyone else on the planet, make it out of your mothering experience alive. And we have complete faith and confidence that you will do just that. Who are we, you may be asking? We are Deirdre Collins, Carrie Elwood, and Dr. Ellie Bartholomew. To the world, we are, respectively, a chief of a wonderful Italian bistro in Santa Monica, an HR representative for Gillette Logistics LLC in Little Rock, and a professor of English and religious history at the University of Michigan. To you, we are number 21, number 20, and number 18 in the club that you have just been indoctrinated into. This book has been a labor of love since I, Dr. Bartholomew, first conceived of it after spending the bulk of my pregnancy diving into research and conducting interviews with anyone even remotely competent in the subject from the moment the Vatican sent its official representative to my door to let me know that I had been chosen for this daunting task. And since compiling my findings into print, it has only been made more helpful with Deirdre and Carrie providing updates and insight into these chapters. While we could not be more different as people, the common thing we all share is not only the nature of our children and their births, but that each of them managed to become wonderful and loving members of society. How? Well, let's not spoil the rest of the book, but the one-sentence answer is this. We treated them like people, same as everyone else. Sure, there are unique adaptations you have to make, behavioral modifications that don't apply to most children, or even humans for that matter, but the core of it is the same with any other child. With the right amount of love, boundaries set, affection given, and fire extinguishers present, you will be able to see this child for the miracle blessed into your life that it truly is. And if this book teaches you anything, please let it be that no matter how dark or hopeless the task of raising your child may seem, there absolutely is a real way of guiding that soul to become one of light, hope, and happiness, regardless of where it came from. So take a deep breath. Really, I mean it. Take one now. We'll wait. In and out. And now take one more for good measure. In and out. You are not alone. You are not doomed, and you are definitely not damned. Motherhood is a mountain, that has been climbed again and again throughout the history of humanity. You've just been stuck on an expert level trail. But expert level is not impossible. And we hope you read this book with that spirit in mind. So take one more deep breath, find a cozy chair, and tell yourself that you got this, because it's true. And with that, turn the page. Oh, and one more thing. Welcome to the club. Well, I'm hooked. I never planned on having kids anytime soon, but I am ready. I want to read this book and then see if it just helps. I like this story. It makes you feel like you're not alone. You're in a category that almost nobody is in, but you don't feel alone in this scenario. You've got 3 women who've been through the exact same thing that you have, who are taking experiences from 20 other women who went through the same thing that you are going through. It'll give you help. It'll give you an understanding. And it feels like someone is holding your hand through this whole thing. It's sort of like when my sister was pregnant, she was constantly calling my mother, asking her advice, asking her what she should do about this, that, or another thing. And my mom was always like, I just wish I could be there for her, just physically be there and hold her hand. And this feels like a mom who is willing to hold your hand through the whole thing. And I want to read more of this story. Duck Lord of the Sith, you wrote an amazing story, and I cannot wait for you to publish the book. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And the year's almost over, so share the video around and let people know that this is happening. I read writing prompts, I read experimental content, and I read Ask Reddit because, well, some people seem to like it. And I'm going for whatever can help out. So anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye!